Welcome to Psycholab, the podcast where we decode the hidden psychology of everyday life. I'm Josh.
And I'm Chelsea. Sorry.
Whoa, Chelsea, you sound less than awake. Everything all right over there?
Coffee. Need coffee. I slept in, but I feel like I got hit by a bus made of pillows.
How much did you sleep in?
Well, my alarm went off at 7. I got out of bed at 8, but I didn't get an extra hour of sleep. I got an hour of torture. I hit the snooze button.
How many times?
I don't know, 8? I feel more tired than when the first alarm went off. How is that possible?
A classic case. You, my friend, are suffering from a severe bout of sleep inertia. And our topic for today.
Sleep what? Is that a planet? I feel like I'm on another planet.
Sleep inertia. It's that groggy, disoriented feeling you get after waking up. But hitting the snooze button makes it 100 times worse. When your alarm goes off the first time, your body is usually at the end of a sleep cycle, in a light stage of sleep. It's ready to wake up.
Okay, yeah.
But when you hit snooze and drift back off for those 9 minutes, you send the signal to your brain, false alarm, time to start a brand new sleep cycle. So your brain starts the process of heading back toward deep sleep. And then, 9 minutes later, the alarm blares again, ripping you out of the beginning of that new cycle. It's like putting a car in reverse while you're driving 60 miles down the highway.
That sounds violent. My brain feels like a car crash. So, what's actually happening in there when that second alarm goes off? It feels more than just being startled.
It is. You're essentially confusing your body's master clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN. It's a tiny region in your hypothalamus that controls your circadian rhythms. It spends all night preparing your body for a clean wake up, gradually raising your temperature and cortisol levels. That first alarm is the starting gun it's been waiting for. It's neurological whiplash. And have you ever wondered why it's 9 minutes, not 5, not 10, always 9?
No, I've been too tired to think about it.
It's a bizarre historical leftover. The first snooze alarm clocks were made in the 1950s. The mechanics of the clock gears couldn't be perfectly aligned to the 10-minute mark.
The gears?
Right. The snooze function had to be built into existing clockworks. The teeth on the gears that controlled it just didn't line up for a clean 10 minutes. So the engineers had a choice, either make it just over 9 minutes or just over 10. They figured over 10 was too long. People would fall back into a deep sleep.
Which we do anyway.
Exactly. So they chose 9 minutes, and that standard just stuck. For over 70 years, we have been letting 1950s gear mechanics dictate our biology.
That is so dumb. We're living by the rules of old metal teeth.
It is. But the real problem isn't the 9 minutes, it's what our brain does in that time. You see, sleep isn't just one state of being. You cycle through different stages. There's light sleep and there's deep sleep, also known as REM sleep.
You mentioned light sleep and deep sleep. Is it really that simple? It feels more complicated than that.
It is. A full sleep cycle lasts about 90 minutes and has 4 main stages. First, you have N1, or non-REM stage 1. It's that very light, dozing off phase. You're easily woken up. It only lasts a few minutes.
Okay, yeah, I know that feeling. Like when you're on the couch and your head starts to nod.
Exactly. Then comes N2. This is still light sleep, but your brain waves slow down. Your body temperature drops and your heart rate steadies. You spend about half your night in this stage. It's where your brain starts processing memories.
So N1 and N2 are the light sleep parts.
Correct. Then you move into N3, which is deep sleep. This is the really good stuff. Your body repairs tissues, builds bone and muscle, and strengthens the immune system. Waking up from this stage is incredibly jarring. It's like being pulled from the bottom of a pool.
That's what this morning felt like. So where does REM fit in?
REM, or rapid eye movement, is the final stage. Your brain activity actually looks similar to when you're awake. This is where most vivid dreaming happens. It's crucial for learning, memory consolidation, and mood regulation. When you hit snooze, you're tricking your brain into thinking it's starting this whole 90-minute journey all over again, but then you yank it out after just 9 minutes, probably somewhere in N1 or N2, creating that awful, disoriented feeling.
REM. Right.
When you hit snooze, your brain thinks, great, we're going back to bed for a while. So it starts releasing hormones like serotonin and dopamine that are meant to ease you into that deep, restorative REM sleep.
That sounds nice.
It would be if you were actually going to sleep for another hour and a half. During REM sleep, your brain also releases chemicals that essentially paralyze your muscle.
Wait, paralyze?
Yes, it's a protective mechanism to stop you from acting out your dreams. So you're 9 minutes into this process, your brain is prepping for deep dream sleep, the paralyzing agents are kicking in, and then the alarm screams again.
Oh, that's why it feels impossible to move. My arms feel like lead. I was trying to reach for my coffee, and it was like a Herculean task.
That's the sleep inertia. Your conscious mind is awake, but your body is still in a state of semi paralysis. The result is what we call brain fog. Your cognitive functions are severely impaired. Decision making, memory, reaction time, all of it is in the mud.
My brain is definitely in the mud. So, this feeling, how long does it last?
Studies have shown that the effects of severe sleep inertia from being woken up out of a deep sleep cycle can last for 2 to 4 hours.
4 hours? You're telling me that my first 4 hours of the day are basically useless because I wanted an extra 9 minutes of sleep 8 times?
Essentially, yes. And it gets worse. You think you got an extra hour of sleep, right?
I mean, yeah, it was a terrible hour, but it was an hour.
No, it's what sleep scientists call fragmented sleep. It has almost none of the restorative benefits of a full sleep cycle. It's junk sleep, it's the fast food of rest.
Junk sleep. Great. So I ate the mental equivalent of a greasy burger for breakfast.
Precisely. Your body never reaches the deep restorative stages. It just keeps getting the rug pulled out from under it. Honestly, you would have felt better if you had just gotten up at 7. That hour of fragmented junk sleep is biologically worse for you than 0 minutes of extra sleep.
I am never hitting snooze again. I feel betrayed by a button. How do I stop? The pull is so strong in the morning.
There are a couple of popular methods. One is simply moving your alarm clock or phone across the room. If you have to physically get out of bed to turn it off, the battle's halfway won. You're already vertical.
That's true. I could stumble to the bathroom from there.
Another is the 5-second rule, popularized by Mel Robbins. The moment the alarm goes off, you count backwards from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you physically move. You don't give your brain a chance to talk you out of it.
5 seconds. My brain can argue a lot in 5 seconds. It's a very good lawyer for teams stay in bed.
The counting is meant to interrupt that process. It's a psychological trick called cognitive diffusion. You are creating a small gap between the impulse, stay embedded, and your action. Gives your rational mind, the prefrontal cortex, a moment to catch up and overwrite the emotional, comfort seeking part of your brain.
Cognitive diffusion. Sounds fancy. Is there anything else? My team stay in bed lawyer is very convincing.
Here's another powerful one. Prepare for a win the night before. Decide on a specific, simple, and enjoyable activity you'll do the moment you get out of bed. It could be making a cup of your favorite tea, doing a 5 minute stretch, or even just opening a window to get some fresh air.
So you're replacing the dread of getting up with something positive? Yeah, okay, fine. You're right. I'm convinced. The snooze button is a lie, a dirty, brain fogging 1950s lie.
It is. When you hit that button, you aren't buying yourself more rest, you're just buying more grogginess.
That's it. As soon as we're done here, I am throwing my alarm clock out the window. I'll use my phone and I'll put it in the kitchen.
That's the spirit. And you know, there's one thing you should never sleep on, and that's the subscribe button for Psycholab.
Seriously, hit subscribe right now. Do it before the brain fog takes over again. Don't hit snooze on us.
Wake up, everyone. We'll see you next time.